Every 4 years there is a presidential election, and usually the same stuff happens. The Democratic and Republican nominees get voted down to 2, and the debates happen, and on election day the president is voted in. This happened in 1972, but the candidates looked different. And that's because one of them was Winnie the Pooh. This is the most political thing we'll ever talk about on this channel, mostly because I don't like talking politics. It gets me fuming and I don't really like to do that. But it's a fun topic, and since Tuesday was election day, I thought it would be appropriate. So, I'm Dane, and today we will be talking about the 1972 Disney election. The story begins with the actual 1972 election. Richard Nixon and George McGovern were battling head-to-head, both wanting to win that presidential spot. But there was also competition coming from the Children's Party. His promise to fill all honey pots and give free ice cream cones was looking good to some voters. Winnie the Pooh joined them on his Amtrak tour. 4 years earlier, in 1968, Winnie the Pooh's dreams started, but his campaign didn't get far off the ground like it should have. He tried again in 1972. I'll be real with you guys. In reality, Disney saw an opportunity to have a great marketing ploy after the interest in the 1968 campaign. They were ready for 1972. They partnered with Sears to allow them to use Winnie the Pooh, since Sears owned the merchandising rights to Winnie the Pooh, and to have drawings to see who will vote on October 1st in Walt Disney World. The first stop on his campaign was Disneyland. They held a parade for Pooh down Main Street, and like all good politicians do, Pooh made time to meet with his supporters, kiss some babies, sign some autographs, shake some hands, you know, all good things politicians do. Winnie the Pooh was going on the road next. He was sent to embark on an Amtrak tour with his running mates, Tigger and Eeyore. You know, I'm not quite sure Tigger and Eeyore are the best running mates, because I assume Tigger is his vice president, and Eeyore would be, I don't know, like the treasurer? I guess. Maybe Eeyore's the first lady. Or first male. First men. I don't know. There's progressive times in 1972. I don't know. Maybe, I don't think Tigger would be a very good vice president. Well, I don't know. I don't think Winnie the Pooh would be the best president. Maybe not. Anyway, the tour started in LA. Then went across the country to Kansas City, Chicago, Washington, D.C., back to Seattle, then returned to Los Angeles. It was reported that thousands of people showed up to greet Winnie the Pooh on his arrival. And yes, you heard me correctly, they did go to Washington, D.C. on this tour. You may be wondering, why did thousands of people show up to these towns when just Winnie the Pooh came to town? Remember that not everyone can go to Disneyland and or Disney World. So having these walk-around characters come to you was a big deal for kids. Imagine, you're in your town one day, you hear a train, Winnie the Pooh is on the train and he's waving to you. That Disney magic is brought to you. That would be special, at least for me. And when election day finally came, Winnie the Pooh did not win. Richard Nixon won the whole thing by a landslide. In fact, the only state that actually voted for George McGovern was Massachusetts. So, not a very close election. The most likely reason Winnie the Pooh lost is because the children's party is too young to vote. So if you're too young to vote, theoretically you can't actually vote. He tried again in 1976 and 1980, but both were failed campaigns. They didn't have the same popularity as the 1972 one did for some reason. Most likely because you can only... How many times can you do the same marketing campaign? In 1976, Disney released a Disneyland Records album called Pooh for President. You can actually still buy it. I bet it's on eBay. You could probably buy it there if you want to. I don't know why you would, but I don't know. Maybe I'll get it. Who knows? This still didn't help his campaign in popularity though. So 76 and 80 were both failed campaigns. It is reported though, Winnie the Pooh actually got some votes in the real election. People in the write-ins actually wrote in Winnie the Pooh, and he did get some votes. Please don't do this next election. Please don't throw away your vote like that. But people actually do vote for Disney characters. Like, there's factual evidence that people vote for Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck for the write-in sometimes. Again, please don't do this. Don't throw away your vote. The 1972 Disney election, as they called it, was a big marketing strategy. It was the first big marketing strategy by Disney. The running for president thing itself might have failed, but the marketing campaign definitely did not. This has a huge impact on the way Disney does things today, I can guarantee you. You know, hashtag Dream Big Princess and the Mickey 90th celebration? Those are all marketing campaigns that were really, really successful, and I can guarantee you that it took some inspiration from this. Oh, you remember how big Frozen got? That was all marketing, and yeah, Pooh for President had a little bit of influence on that. See, a little cheeky business from Disney on that. This strange event in Disney history is not really covered all that often, and I feel like not a lot of people know about it. So, that's why I made a video on it. It was election day on Tuesday. I was tweeting about it, so if you want to go see my tweets about the election stuff, just go in the description, it's down there. And also, while you're down there, as a matter of fact, all social media is linked down there. And hit that like button and subscribe. Consider subscribing. It would mean a lot to me if you did so. And make sure to comment. I would like to get a topic started in the comments. Who would you vote for if there was a real Disney election? Name any 2 Disney characters for president and vice president. I want to hear you guys in the comments. And with that, I know this was a quick one, but I will see you in the next one. Oh, that rhymed. I like that. Have a magical day, everybody.